Do you think you can sustain like hosting festivals without having partnerships like your GFC and NFVF? Can you?
To sustain, I think at the scale that we're doing it right now, no. But one era, which is Fida Allah's music phone, because it's a beautiful work.
Yeah,
And
it's amazing. Yeah, so tell me, what's your view on what's happening in the world currently?
That's such a way.
I know, so random. Like, what do you think? Anything, could be anything. Could be film, politics, music.
That's such a broad question.
Hence, I'm saying it could be anything, whatever that it's in your best interest. You can speak about it.
So you're saying what my view is and what's going on in the world? The world is chaotic. That's my view on what's going on in the world. So you have to find the places where you can control your peace and move through the things that you can't. What you can control, have fun with that. What you can't, it's up to the forces. But it's a chaotic time right now in the world, in almost every facet.
Are you into politics? Are you like tapped into that space?
So I'm a person that thinks almost everything is political. So I believe art is political, politics is the price of food, everything is political. So it depends on what you mean by into politics. Do you mean like the actual study of politics or just the politic of the world, sociopolitics?
Yeah, the politics of the world. Because right now, for example, coming here, I was actually listening to Ramaphosa. He was giving a keynote. So he was saying that we are left with, so we are 30 years behind with education. So what he's saying is that now I'm going to ask you, what do you think of that? So we are 30 years behind with education. So he's suggesting that what if we stop for 2 years and all the teachers go learn, and after 2 years, then they're going to come back like, with more education. I don't know. What do you think? You think we should do that for like a whole 2 years? Kids don't go to school.
I don't think that's what he said. Wasn't he?
He said something like that. No? Or maybe you can tell what did he say?
I am not going to be on a public platform saying what it is that the president did and did not say. What I think I understood was him talking about implementing things within early childhood development that they want to enforce within the next couple of years, but that's early child development and how it is that we approach that. And for me, one of the things which I care most about is youth development, youth employment is part of why we have a youth festival, but also living in South Africa, if you're a person who is, I don't even say a business owner, the thing that kind of keeps me up at night is the fact that our youth unemployment is around 60% and has been within that specific space for as long as I've been an adult, and I'm still a youth, and that's been for over 10 years. So everything that has to do with that type of thing and developing a way that we can be more sustainable, because that isn't a space for sustainability, that's what I'm interested in, and that's what informs my politics.
The AOK kid till forever. So today, I'm not alone. And with this gentleman right here, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm going to try. Yes. Now I'm going to try. Yeah. Yalezu Njunguna. What is that? What ethnicity? What's happening with it? Like, this is my first time
encountering.
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Yalezo Njuguna. Also go by Yaz, more popularly known by Yaz within the podcasting and artist streets. So Yalezo is Xhosa, and it means the messenger, the one who holds the message, or at least that's what that's how I was told what my name means. And Njuguna is a Kikuyu name, so I'm half Kenyan, half South African. My mom is Xhosa, my dad is Kikuyu.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I was like, I don't know, this one I've never. So yeah, we're here because we have to talk about, I don't know, is it BAI? B-A-I? It's like, I'm like, come on. The easiest way is to say BAI Foundation.
It's BAI, and it's BAI. Okay, so it's BAI because it used to be an acronym which we've now just let go. But we're here for the HeatSeekers showcase. So it's BAI because originally when we started, it was about in 2017. We started as a sketch comedy channel and one that was focusing on doing web series with youth students. And at the time, we called ourselves the Broke Ass Independents because that's what we were at the time. And then when we did our first showcase, it was the BAI showcase. So it was the showcase for young independents who are finding themselves. So it used to mean broke ass independents, but you can't necessarily promote ass as an event on Instagram or Facebook. So we had to drop the A, and at a point in time, calling ourselves broke felt like an omen. So we dropped the B. So it just became BAI Heat Seekers. So it's an if you know you know, but yeah, that's what it used to mean. We're still figuring out what we want it to mean in the future.
Are you the co-founder or the founder? What's the story behind that?
So I like to call myself the creative director. So I'm the person creatively who comes up with the ideas. So for the BAI showcase, I'm the person who came up with the idea for the BAI showcase. But the BAI Foundation right now is a nonprofit organization, so you can't be a founder of a nonprofit organization. You can just be like a board member or director. So I'm a director, but I am the creator of HeatSeekers. Yes.
And over the past, it has been a year. You guys started last year to like host a festival.
The HeatSeekers Festival, yes, launched last year.
And how has it evolved since last year?
So, in terms of the evolution, last year was our first time doing we did it as a 2-weekend festival, which was quite brave and, if I were to say, naive of me, because a body can only handle so much planning within the space of a week. But it was, I thought in terms of the actual program, we had a really, really great festival. So far, even in terms of the panel discussions, we're still rolling out. We had so much content, we're still rolling out that content from last year. But what we're doing this year is, last year we had what we call the showcase weekend and then the convention weekend, and there were 2 weekends separately. This year, what we're doing is we're starting with the showcase weekend, which is going to be more of a film showcase weekend, building up to a convention, which is going to happen later, so that we're able to give more space and more concentration to both, because the showcase is about spotlighting what's happening within the art space from a screening and an entertainment perspective, where the convention cares about industry development, business conversations, and really getting into what it means to be a creative, a young creative within South Africa.
Yeah, funny is I attended last year I was there. Probably didn't even know. Yeah, I was there, literally.
I did not know that.
I remember when I attended, you guys had the guy from the Sobering, Fred Peck, no?
So you came to the convention. We were at Actor Spaces in Mill Park, yes. Yes, we had one with him about cultural programming, yes.
Yeah, that was interesting, man. I don't know how I found myself there. Maybe, like the Google invite things. Maybe yeah.
We went through the masterclass, because we did have a Google invite if you're coming for the business masterclass, and then you could get free tickets.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember. I just found myself there. And yeah, I was like, yo, this... It was quite interesting because I'm into film, but not like that. So every time when I go to spaces where actually it's all about film, I always find it interesting, So yeah. But yeah, overall, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. That's why when you said, let's do something, I was like, oh shucks, let's small world. The energy is kind of like intertwining right now, Yeah. And why do you guys decided to collaborate with, I don't know if it's a collaboration, you let the people know, Secret Film Society. What's happening there?
Okay, I'm just gonna wait for that car to drive by.
Nah, it's cool. Go off.
Okay, so part of what part of what our ethos has always been about really finding a way to build sustainable culture. And when I say sustainable culture, as in feeding a love for film, feeding a love for music, feeding a love for local independent culture. So part of what our strategy has then kind of become in doing that isn't just us hosting our own events, but also being able to partner with other local grassroots initiatives so that there are more events happening within the space that are focusing on the promotion of local films, television, music, arts, whatsoever. So with the Secret Film Society, our collaboration with them is more so in line with that because they are great. If you're not part of the Secret Film Society and you love film, please do follow them. They give you this great opportunity of being able to watch most of the time actually both in local and international films, and most of the time it's before they've even come out at cinema. So they have a great relationship with distributors to be able to bring local film to film enthusiasts. So because we're a film enthusiast platform and they're a film enthusiast platform, it kind of made sense for us to collaborate so that we can continue building more authentic film culture within the local space.
Do you pay to become part of the, I don't know, the membership? Do you pay?
The film society?
Yeah.
No, so it's completely free. However, though, those tickets sell out quickly. So what happens is usually they'll send out since it's a secret film society, you never know what film you're going to watch, but they'll send out once you've signed up, they'll send out when they have a film coming up. If you are one of the first people to get tickets, you just go and it's for free. You get there, free popcorn, free popcorn, free drinks, and you get to watch a film and really engage on it with other film enthusiasts completely for free. No costs.
Yeah, I feel like you answered this question, but maybe you can also speak more about it. So BAI Foundation, right? So how do you guys support filmmakers? Could be emerging. So how do you guys support emerging filmmakers?
So the way that we support them, it's kind of multi-pronged. So our focus as a film festival or within the film space has primarily been within the digital and youth space. So but digital youth and shorts. So if you look within our festival, our history, before HeatSeekers, we had the BAI showcase, and then before that we had the Broadcast showcase. And more often than not, I think within the 7 years that was it 8 years? Oh my gosh, the 8 years that we've been doing the showcase, more often than not.
Oh shoot, that's a very long time. Shoot.
Eighth year because we started in 2018, so it's our 8th year, and how we support is a lot of digital content creators and digital filmmakers often aren't centered or focused on in local film festivals, which leaves a certain part of feedback out of the loop, because a good part of making art is being able to get feedback from it. And when you're a digital content creator, people do comment on your stuff, but you never really know if you're making a sketch. When are they laughing? When aren't they laughing? When is the actual, how is my audience actually interacting with my work? So for us, what we found is almost every year, including this year, we've been the first screening opportunity for a lot of digital content creators or young filmmakers. Almost every year, not almost every year that we've done a screening, we have been one of the first people. We also pay screening fees to all of our filmmakers, so we're actually also at least adding to their earning potential within that space. But also what we found is, since we're focusing on that space, and it's happening in that way, we're also a space for young filmmakers and digital content creators and artists to really connect with themselves. So, for example, what we found is, since we have filmmakers, digital content creators, and all these people in the same space, you will come to one showcase, you will meet a producer, and then the next showcase, you're submitting something that you guys created for us to show like 2 years from now. So even right now, on our opening night reception, is one of the things that we're doing an exclusive preview. It's called Freedom Street, and it's an independent feature film starring Queens and Global. That's going to be that we're doing a sneak peek from. How that relationship began is we were the first people to screen the actual web series version of that in 2019. And at that specific festival, the content creator found a producer, and they developed it into now what it is today. So it's a space that really allows collaboration, networking, feedback, and all of these things are incredibly critical to the development, both the industry and audience development for young filmmakers and emerging filmmakers. Because you need your network and you need to be able to find like-minded people.
Yeah, you need your people, man. If most especially if you're like overall just an entrepreneur, if you don't have what do they say? Yeah, that community. Like if you don't have, you're gonna feel like you're alone. You know, like yeah.
And to be honest, that's genuinely how this started. So how BAI, even the showcase started is in 2017 when we were still doing the sketch comedy. We were doing our first web series, and I wanted to have a screening for my web series. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know any other person doing web series. So what I did was then I started a publication called Next Gen Greats, where all I was doing was focusing on trying to write on young artists, young filmmakers, and all those people so that I could force myself to find them, to not feel alone. And then the event was, and I'll be like, okay, cool, let's all make a community. Because if I'm feeling alone and I'm feeling like I'm doing this by myself and someone else is doing it, there's no way that they're not feeling alone because it's not that popular of a medium, or at least at the time it wasn't. Now it's a lot more popular for you to be able to find community as a digital content creator or a youth. But that's genuinely how this started, was me trying to build a space for community.
And the minute you find your tribe and you're like, oh my goodness, you know, these are my people, you know? Yeah. So yeah, we've been talking about the festival. So where is it gonna take place? What can people, you know, look up to, expect rather for what's coming on the day?
So our film showcase, which is what's open to the public, is happening on the 22nd of March, which is this Saturday at Artistry. And what you can expect, and I need to be careful with my words, it's really, I believe it's one of our best showcases of what youth filmmakers and youth digital content creators are doing. If you watch everything, you'll be able to see you'll be able to watch social commentary pieces, video essays, documentaries. We have an incredible music film, actually.
Hey, what is a video essay?
So a video essay is it's a contemporary format of, essentially, it's a mixture of two things. So it's almost like when someone's doing an academic essay but in video format, but it's about a piece of commentary, but they've now done it over, they've put some thought behind it. It's not just free thought, it's kind of like an essay that's been built almost like a short documentary. So you can find them on topics like the ones that we're actually showing. One of them is focusing on the value of the informal economy within South Africa, from car washes and what informal car washes actually do for our Kasi ecosystems, to what the culture of South Africa is. Our December culture is a very unique thing to South Africa, and exploring